Okay,
Unmuted.
welcome back, guys. So I think let me first figure out. Let me share the screen. Okay. Uh, Anybody here who was not able to join in the previous link? Okay. What's your name? I can't see your name. Sorry, it says waiting for name. Akshat, you are not able to join. Okay. Sorry about that. There was some technical issue from the GoToMeeting platform side. For some reason, it was showing 26 as the maximum capacity. So we had to create a new link. That's all. So Akshat, what you could do is you can catch up on the first part. We just got started half an hour back, which is very basic stuff, overview of social media platforms. And we just started with the basic Facebook terminologies. So you haven't really missed much, so to speak. Okay. But still, the session was recorded. It will be made available to you within 48 hours. Okay. All right. So I hope others have joined in, everyone. Yeah. All right. So so we were looking at impressions, right? When you post something on Facebook, the post becomes visible to certain number of people, right? It gets viewed by users. How many times your post has been viewed by users is called an impression. So if I can, let's say if I go to any of my posts, you see here 85 people reached. So here it means 85 unique accounts or unique profiles were able to see this particular post by my page. Okay. Now the only difference between the metric called reach and impression is that reach refers to the unique number of people who saw your post, whereas in the case of impression it doesn't matter whether it is a unique person or not. For example, let's say I posted something, and how many are here? 26. Yeah, 26. So all 26 of you saw my post. How many impressions did I get for the post? 26. Now I posted something else, and let's say Sonali and Pratik saw this post two times. Others saw the post only one time. How many impressions? How much is the reach I had? That's right. So we can say that reach can be called a people metric because it refers to how many unique persons or users saw the post. An impression can be called as a post metric because it just shows how many times the post was viewed. It could be even same person viewing it multiple times. Okay, I hope you got that distinction. Then comes engagement. Engagement refers to any kind of interaction by a user after they see your post. So it can be in the form of person liking the post, commenting on it, sharing it, or tagging somebody else, clicking on it if it's a link, or if it's a video, playing the video to view it. All these are part of engagements. So here, if you look at this particular post, how many engagements have I received? Zero. No, engagement does not include reach. Engagement means an action a person takes. That's right. Four is the engagement because I can see that four people like this post. Let me scroll down a little bit more. How about this? How many engagements can you see over here? Okay. Soumya and Gabriel are right. 11. How is it 11? There are some likes and reactions and one comment. So here there are 10 plus 1, 11. Okay. One more we can see. How about this? Shares are also included. What was there any share? I don't think there is any share, right? So any action, you just have to think about it that way. Once you view the post, any action that counts as an engagement. 13, 14, 15. Correct. Okay. So I hope you got an idea about engagement. Now you can have organic or paid reach, organic or paid impression, organic or paid engagement. What does it mean? It means when I post something and I don't pay the Facebook platform any amount to promote it. So whatever you saw all these while, these are all organic because I have not paid for it. But there are certain posts or certain events which I had paid for. Okay. So I can see paid impression shown separately. Okay, so let me go to a paid event which I had created earlier. Mm. So this was an event which I promoted on Facebook. Okay, and you see this. All the sorry, this is not exactly what I thought. Huh. Okay, it's almost the same. Um, See what you're seeing over here as 125 people reached or 2 link clicks. This data comes under the promotions section. So these were achieved through promotions. They were not through organic means. Okay. Now if I go and look at events page over here, you see this, how many people were reached. Now we can see a split, organic and paid. Okay, so this was the organic reach and the other is the paid reach, because during this time period the promotion was not running. So there are two, you can see it in two different ways. If I look at engagement, okay, this is interested, people who showed interest, people who indicated they are going. So have you all understood the difference between a paid and organic metric? Okay, so moving on, which one is better? To be honest, to be effective on Facebook these days, you need to have some kind of paid promotion. Free is okay to document and everything, but if you're looking at generating leads and all, uh, you need to do a paid promotion. Explanation with the graph. The explanation with the graph, only if the first graph was about paid promotion, the other was about other metrics. That's why I didn't go into the detail of it. You see here, number of people reached over time through organic means, through paid means. So what counts as a paid means is when I promote the event and people start seeing that event on their timeline as a sponsored event. That is when this green color graph will start showing different numbers. So during that time, I had not promoted it. Okay, so it is not showing anything over there. But for organic, it is showing depending upon whenever people came across this event. So without any paying any amount, these many people were reached organically. Is that clear, Akshat? Like for example, on 14th of May, 105 users saw that event, but I didn't pay anything for it. Is paid promotion a good choice to promote a blog? Of course, you can do that. If you want to kind of generate more readership and all that, you can do. I have done it a couple of times earlier. You see all the time certain articles, newspaper articles, promoted, sponsored promotions by news companies, right? Some viral articles or latest updates and stuff like that. So people do that all the time. Now let's look at how where do we get to view impressions. See, impressions is okay, let me just go back. You see here, so typically impressions will be shown as reach over here. Okay, if you look at all these posts, what they are showing is majorly reach and engagement. Impression, what I want you to understand is it is per post, how many times the post just got viewed. Okay, so if you want individual post metrics, you can go to the section called post insight. We'll go into this detail. Insights section will be covering in detail later. At that point, we can take a look at it. By unique users, Vidya. Okay. So about Facebook newsfeed, those of you who have been following news earlier this year during New Year time, you may have come across some comments by Mark Zuckerberg about this, right? That they were about to revamp the news feed, and there was a lot of controversy. There were a lot of posts about how it will affect the businesses. Anybody recall that? So it was also following that controversy in US regarding how China may have influenced people's voting through news outlets on Facebook, through fake news and all that stuff. Okay, so basically, Facebook decided it will give more prominence to posts by people who are friends or acquaintance of you on Facebook. That was a major shift which happened earlier this year. But fundamentally, what does it mean? Facebook is able to control what kind of news or items or posts you are able to see on your timeline. Just because you are friends with, let's say, 500 people and you are following or liking some 100 different pages does not mean that the moment somebody posts something, you are going to see that post in a very chronological manner, in the manner that let's say if I'm friends with Sonali on Facebook, Sonali posts something, I see that first, and then Arpit posts something, I see that second. It doesn't work like that, right? Sometimes you might see the first post on your timeline might be something that somebody posted yesterday. Doesn't mean no posts happened after that in any friends accounts. So there is an algorithm at play which is trying to determine what you want to see on Facebook timeline. Okay. And the way the algorithm is designed, it tries to show you what you like or what it thinks you like and you are interested in at this point in time, so that people keep coming back to Facebook. So if you are having, let's say, two of you are best friends, okay, you have almost the same set of friends, you like same set of pages, still, do you think you will be seeing the same news feed if you log on to Facebook? Most likely you will not. That is because there is this algorithm at play. The logic behind the algorithm is to make people see content that they really want to see and keep coming back to Facebook to see more of it. That's the very simple logic that Facebook has on why they are trying to curate the content. The four steps that Facebook algorithm uses to rank content. First, it will look at what stories have been posted by your friends and publishers. Publishers here mean other pages that you have liked. That's the pool from where it selects. Then it will look at the signals. Signals here mean who are the people who posted the story. Is it somebody who is a friend of you? Is it somebody with whom you're engaging a lot on Facebook? So if you notice, if you have liked certain pages or if you're part of certain groups, you may not see all the updates on that group. But when a friend of yours or a family member of yours posts something there, suddenly it might appear on your timeline. Yeah, have you noticed that? So it takes into account the signals, who is posting the story and what is their interaction or a relation with you. Then it tries to predict how likely are you to comment on such a story. For this, it takes into account your past behaviors on Facebook. Maybe if you are somebody who has been very active and vocal about current affairs and issues and politics, and you've been commenting and debating and all these things, maybe for those kind of stories it might give more prominence and it might appear more and more in your timeline, because the algorithm understands there's a greater chance that you might engage with it and you might comment on it when the post is of that content. And then it looks at what is a relevance score. Relevance score we will see later also. It is basically a score that is assigned to each post by Facebook algorithm depending upon the good and negative, the positive and negative responses the post has generated. Now, what can be the positive response a post will generate on Facebook? I post something. What can be a positive response to it? Likes, okay, correct. What else? Shares, very good. Comments, reactions. Now, though we have negative reactions also, sad, angry, and all. Earlier it was only like. So those are positive. What can be a negative response to a post? People can report angry reaction. You can hide a you can poke. I don't know, poking is still there. I don't know. But for a post, I think you can, yeah, you can unfollow a page, you can report it as inappropriate, you can hide it. Yeah, all these things can be done. So a relevance score is, so no engagement is still fine, Kevin, but a negative response will be considered when somebody reports it as inappropriate or they are asked to hide it or unfollow those things. You are ignoring the questions. What was the question, Suman? Was there a question? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your question. There were a lot of OKSs after that. If I have a subdomain and want to promote it, is it good, possible or good for me? But how is subdomain? We are talking of Facebook marketing, no? Subdomain means, can you give me an example? What kind of subdomain? Do you have a subdomain, or can you give an example of something? We are talking about having a Facebook page and creating a content and promoting it. So content marketing on Facebook is the topic. Okay. Okay, I think he is not here. Anyway, so guys, for the information of all of you who are attending, um, while speaking, I'm looking at the slide and I cross check with the chat window once I finish explaining. That is why sometimes I scroll up and down to understand the question. So please don't take it personally if I have a delay in seeing any question. You can feel free to always copy paste the question one more time. Okay. Um, yeah. So Facebook shows the post in decreasing order of possibility of us reacting to a post. Yeah. So the possibility of you reacting to a post is one of the trigger points, or one of the things that you can what the algorithm will take into consideration. So what you're seeing over here, don't be mistaken that there are only 4 points or 4 different things that it takes into account. The Facebook algorithm takes into account 1 lakh signals in total. Okay, now that is not humanly possible for anyone to make sure that your post meets all the 1 lakh signals and becomes visible. So what can be done fundamentally is that you can create a post which adds value to users. That is the golden rule. You are unable to understand? I can repeat. The what we are talking about here is the 4 broad things that Facebook algorithm takes into consideration while they decide to rank a content on your timeline. Okay, so Sonali, when you log on to Facebook, you see a certain set of updates, starting from the update you see first, second, so on and so forth. How does Facebook determine the update that you saw first should be the update that should come first? That is where these 4 factors are playing a role. Is that clear? Now, what I was saying was, these 4 factors are not exhaustive list of factors. In total, it takes into account over 1 lakh different signals. Okay, so it could involve signals like how many people may have interacted with the post shared by a page. What is the likelihood of that post being shared further? There are a lot of small signals that Facebook algorithm takes into account before deciding whether a particular post is is to be visible for a user. So it's not limited to your activities, Sonali. It also depends upon how that page you're following, their posts have been performing historically. If historically the post from a particular page did not generate much engagements, not too many likes, the probability of that coming onto the visible timeline of the users will remain low. So there are a lot of these factors, but friends activities, no. So it can, one of the other criteria is, let's say uh, uh, Sumit, you like the page. Okay, now before the page, a post from that page is visible to you on your timeline, among all these factors, one of the factors could also be, will you be, is there a possibility for you to share, or if you share, what's the likelihood of other friends in your network liking it or engaging with it? So for all these things, Facebook has been collecting information based on how the posts have been performing before, how you have been interacting with different types of posts. One other criteria could be whether the post by the page is a text, is it a link, is it an image, is it a video. So if by nature you are interacting more with a image than with a link, if the page is posting a link about something, there is a lesser likelihood you may see it. Whereas when the page is posting an image, because your past interactions indicated that you engage more when it's an image, the type of, so the content type, whether it's an image, video, or a link, may also play a role. So there are a lot of these signals, but it is not um, possible for a marketer to always keep a tab on so many signals and align your post to that. Is it clear, Sonali? Better? Okay. So what are the some of the key signals that the Facebook considers? One, who posted the update. So before I see a post, or before Facebook determines, okay, let me show this person this particular post, it will look at who posted the update. And it will give preference to content from family and friends over content from pages. This is the latest update. It will also look at how often this particular user has interacted with the page posting the update. So if you have stopped interacting with updates from a particular page, you will see that over time, the number of updates you're seeing from that page reduces. If you have not noticed, maybe you can think about it or start observing now and see whether it is true. If you have seen an update from a previous page or a person and you have reported it with a negative feedback like hide or show me less of this content, something like that, you will start seeing lesser of that. So that is also a signal Facebook considers. The other thing is engagement. How share worthy is the post? That's a very important criteria for Facebook. How many people are writing long thoughtful comments of the post, not like nice, good, like that, but little elaborate descriptive comments. If that is there, that kind of post will have more visibility among more users. Yes, Sonali? What if we don't like something but has a lot of reach? In that case, uh, what if we don't like something but has a lot, so you are saying I don't like a particular post but that post has a lot of reach, is that what you're asking? Meaning a lot of people are already seeing that post. Huh. So if you had not mentioned or explicitly stated that you don't like it previously, it can show up on your timeline. Okay. If you have mentioned and reported, it may not. Likelihood is very less. That's what we are seeing. Previous negative feedback on the page or the post. And the overall engagement a post already has. That's why I was telling you. If you are not reported, if already a lot of people are engaging with the post, it's very likely that you may also see it because it has already has a lot of engagement. And negative feedback. Okay. Average time spent on the post. That's also one consideration. When the update was posted, the longer the time after an update is posted, less likely you are going to see it. So the recency of the post is a factor. People who, when you tag friends, that has a greater probability of reaching more people. But it can also at times get irritating, right? Sometimes you see people posting eating samosa at this bakery and then tagging some 10-15 friends. That also happens sometimes. So that is there. A recent comment from a friend. This happens sometimes, especially because now these days Facebook has this amazing feature called what happened on this day that year kind of a thing. You suddenly see 10 years back something you did, somebody got saw it in their Facebook memories and they commented on it, and you wake up to see all your new friends commenting on it, and quite embarrassing at times. So any recent comment by a friend, even on an age-old ancient post, can bring it back to the timeline and show it to more people. So that's there. Post type. So that's what I was telling earlier. If your past user interaction indicated you interacting more with a particular type of post, like let's say an image or a video or a link, that can influence what kind of content you will see. How informative or useful the post is. So that's another thing. That's again dependent upon the engagement factor. So based on these signals, Facebook will calculate the relevance score and then rank the content according to that score. So you will see, okay, one particular content coming first, other coming second, third. It will be arranged in that manner on your timeline. This slide. So basically, before you see a content on your timeline, the order in which it is arranged is determined by Facebook algorithm. And for that, it takes into account a lot of signals, major ones being who posted. Is it somebody who is from your friends and family network? Then it has more preference. Is it from somebody with whom you have interacted a lot? It will be given preference. Is it from somebody whom you have given a negative feedback, or page where you have given a negative feedback? Less likely. Engagement. Are people engaging with it? Are people sharing with it, sharing the post? Are people writing long thoughtful comments? All these has a positive impact on, increases the chance that it will be shown on your timeline. Negative feedbacks, lesser chance. Okay. More recent the update, more likelihood you see the post. Or if you get a recent comment on an old post, same. Then post type. What kind of post were you interacting more in the past? That can influence what kind of content you see. Okay. Amulya, similar algorithm Instagram uses. Possibly. After all, now Facebook has took Instagram. Negative feedback means the post will be shown at a lower priority. Yeah, or it may not at all be shown. If I have selected that I don't want to see this kind of content, it may not show me at all. Okay, like that. So the key learning from this is that only post content that contributes positively to the user experience on Facebook. That is the fundamental factor. So if you are creating a content that can add value to users on who like your page or your contact list, that will be something that can help you get good performance. Just because your page is not active, don't post random content to keep them active. Okay. So now let's take a break. Understanding organic reach, we will take it up once we are back. It's 11:35 as per Indian time. Can we back at 12? Okay, see you guys. So we'll be looking at understanding the organic reach on Facebook. So first of all, what is organic reach? We touched upon it earlier. Organic reach is a number of people who see your content without paid distribution. You already saw a couple of instances where you can see this metric, right? Just beside your post, on the insights tab, all these areas. Key point being, this is the number of people you're reaching without paying for its distribution. Also, the fact remains that organic reach on Facebook has been on the decline over years. So if you look at 2012 to 2016, organic reach, the amount of people, the number of accounts you can reach organically has been on the decline. And this is also the reason why lot of brand pages which have a large following, they have also been reporting that the number of people they're reaching through organic means has been on the decline over the last couple of years. Okay, this is the gray line indicates the pages which are having more than 500,000 likes. They've been showing a decline mainly because Facebook has been giving more prominence to paid promotions. It's not just the case with Facebook, it's also the case with AdWords. If you when you go through the SEM or the SEO modules, at that time also you might come across similar statistics at times. The main reason being earlier it was much easier for you to build a website and show up on the top rankings on the first page. Now inevitably you need to use some kind of ad platform to promote your business. So it's a trend that is not limited to social media platforms but across the board. So why is it declining again? More and more, so apart from the obvious reason that they are also promoting the paid thing, uh, if you look at the real estate that is available for organic reach, content is being created and shared more and more over the years, right? As more and more businesses come online and they create pages, there is only so much of space available on the newsfeed for it to show. Can you please summarize? I haven't yet completed the topic, Arpit. This is I'm still on the topic. So once it's complete, we'll summarize. Okay. Yeah. So more and more content is being created and shared. That is one of the reasons. Whereas the amount of space available on the newsfeed and the um, amount of time that is there for people to watch it remains the same, right? I might log into Facebook for an hour in a day. The amount of content I can see during that time is limited, but the number of businesses which have received my likes or which have created the pages and are sharing content has been on the rise, and the competition on the newsfeed is increasing. So the newsfeed algorithm as of now is designed to show each person what is most relevant for them, and what how is the relevancy determined based on the signals that we discussed earlier. So Facebook just tries to ensure that these guys who are logging onto Facebook, they remain active and engaged. Okay, and for that they try to show people posts which are posted by their friends, by their families. Show more of those posts on which they have engaged a lot before, or the type of posts like images or videos which they have shown a liking towards. That's so it's not purely a very simplistic chronological way of seeing a post that you're seeing on Facebook anymore. It is highly customized for what it believes to be of your liking. Now, the major reason, as so to summarize, Arpit, one being the competition on the newsfeed is increasing. There is only limited space. More and more businesses are creating pages. Okay, so the amount of content creation has gone steadily up over the years, whereas the time and space remains the same. So the amount of reach that a particular post can have organically has come down. Is this clear to everyone? Any doubt? Can I move on? So Arpit, can you tell me what you have understood so that I know what you didn't understand? You can maybe unmute and speak. So basically about organic reach. Of course, it is not dead, Sumit. You can see that it is reaching a certain number of people, but far lesser than how it used to be. Okay, how many of you have not understood the topic of organic reach? So Arpit, Yogesh, who else? Okay, Arpit, can you help me understand which part you did not understand? Have you understood what is organic reach? The meaning? No. Okay. Have you understood what is meant by reach? What is reach? When you post something, the number of unique people reached is reach. That is clear. Organic reach means if you are able to reach a certain number of people without paying anything. So there is an ad platform also. There's you can also promote content by paying on Facebook. So without paying anything, when I post something on my page, I showed you a couple of examples of the posts on my page, right? I didn't pay anything for that post, but it reached a certain number of people. So when a post reaches a certain number of people without you pay for it, it is called organic reach. Now have you understood what is organic reach? Okay. Now here in the last couple of slides, what I am saying is earlier when you posted something like that, let's say you have a business page and you post something like this, it used to reach a far more number of people. Over the last few years, it has been coming down, which means now if you post something, it would reach some users, number of users organically far lesser than how it used to be. And the reason being, compared to few years back, a lot more content has been created and shared on a day-to-day basis. That is true, right? A lot more businesses are online, lot more pages are online, lot more content is being created. Yeah. So because of that, the competition for content to occupy the newsfeed has been increasing. As a result of which, the number of the amount of accounts you can reach organically has come down. Is that clear? Yogesh and Arpit, is it clear? Okay. All right. Okay. So if others don't have doubt, I'm going to move on to the next slide. So effectively, Facebook, for it to be effective as for marketers, it has become more of a pay to play. Yeah, I know there's a noise in the background. I can't help it. There is a bird outside the window which is trying to, the window has a sunscreen, so it sees its reflection and it tries comes and hit. I know it's it does it every day, but doesn't learn. So I can't help it. You have to bear with it. Yeah. Right. So Facebook has become a pay-to-play platform. If you really want to target your audience on Facebook, you need to supplement your organic efforts with paid advertising. That is what I was telling earlier. Okay, it has to be a combination of both organic and paid platform, paid effort. How you can do paid advertising on Facebook, we will see next week, not today. Today we'll be looking at how you can make your organic content creation effective and share worthy, because that is the share worthiness is a major criteria by which your content can qualify to reach maximum people. Okay. And when the audience, so the one single criteria that you can consider for yourself when you create content for your business page, whether it's effective or not, if the person who sees the content shares it, that is like the best you can achieve in a way. Because when will you share something? When you really like it, right? And you want more people to know about it. So liking, commenting and is fine, but if you are able to create content that the people who view it can share, that will help you maximize your organic reach. There is this one particular short 2 minute video which has gone viral on Facebook the last 1 week. One uncle from Madhya Pradesh dancing for some wedding. Have you guys seen that? No. You can look it up. It has gone very viral, and just yesterday somebody on LinkedIn, a very big communication consultant, posted that he hoped this guy will get some offers because of his, I mean, he's not the typical dancer kind of person, a slightly older person with a paunch and everything. And I think I just read that he no, you can look it up, Arpit. He got an offer from the Vidisha government municipal corporation to be their brand ambassador. Okay. So why it occurred to me right now is it's a very shareworthy content. Everyone who watches it kind of shares it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't watch TV, but yeah, news channels would have picked it up. Yeah. So that's the key criteria when you create content. Make sure it becomes shareworthy. How can you achieve that? Let's see. So now we are going to look at creating content for social media. So a lot of user time is spent on consuming content. All of you agree with that, right? We saw some pie chart and all at the beginning. 33% of the internet time. Yeah. So some examples of content. First one is on Facebook, on Insta, on LinkedIn, right? People watch videos, look up pictures, like them, comment them, read up articles on whatever professional growth, different types of content being consumed differently on different social media channels. So this content that you create is the foundation for every kind of social media strategy. What you see outwardly, the major, the roots of any success depends upon what kind of content you make. And creating of great content starts with a basic understanding of your audience. Do you agree with that statement? Why is that important? What if I make great content? I know this is great content, even if I don't know who is my audience. What's the problem with it? I can create some very good animations, great color, very colorful kind of a video, all these things. People will at least think of it and might share. Okay, I think I have a uh, right video to show you for this. Maybe you can play it at your end. I hope none of you are associated with the. Um, how many of you know that about that new movie? Veere. One second. Correct. Veere D Wedding. I was thinking how to pronounce it. One second. So I'm just going to show you a short clip. Okay. Maybe you can play it at your end. I'm not going to play it here. Okay. So basically, okay, if you like the movie, sorry, Saya. So just watch this. It's just a minute, 1 minute, 30 seconds. देखने में तो ठीक थी look. Okay, I think. Okay. Have you guys watched it? Okay. Just ping once you're done.
क्योंकि विकास जब आप हैप्पी हो आप विकास खा सकते हो.
Okay. Have you finished watching? Okay. So this is what I got reminded of. I just saw it today morning. Um, when I read the statement. Great. So maybe it's a great content. So she was telling everything is colorful, everyone looks beautiful, all these things. But then it didn't connect with the audience, right? Understanding of the audience. At least, at least that is one review. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. Yeah. So what you need to do before you create content is to understand who is the audience for your business. Whom are you catering to? Whom are you reaching out to? And what kind of content would they find useful, fun, valuable, etc. on different social media platforms? So when I say the content need to be add value, I'm not saying add make the life more quality of life or anything like that. Here value can mean even something that can make a person smile, laugh, that is adding a value, or entertain, simply in the case of cinema, right? Or if it's some other kind of a video or content, educative, so that they find that information useful, stuff like that. Okay, so you need to figure out what I'm creating and sharing on my page, is it adding value in any way to the user who is going to see it? Okay, so now before we proceed, just very quickly you can type in the group chat, what are the 5 activities that a typical user will do on Facebook? User, not a marketer. You can ping in the chat. If you are a user, what are the 5 things that you do? Liking, commenting, sharing, posting, watching videos, reading, scrolling, commenting. Okay, you don't add people on Facebook, new contacts? No. Okay, anybody here playing games on Facebook, or you are past that stage? Sumit is busy blocking people. Okay, live. Okay, Facebook live, good. Okay, so fair enough. A typical Facebook user, they connect with people, messenger, good. Kevin, they share their own updates, check-ins, pictures, all these things. Then read up what others are sharing, watch videos, share videos, mm, and chat. Chat though now messenger is there, but otherwise playing games, stuff like that. Now, why are we looking at what a typical Facebook user will do? Any idea? Because of the very comment that we saw in the last slide. You need to first understand your audience before you start creating content, right? So there will be people who might be using the Facebook page predominantly for posting their own updates and pictures. Yeah, they might be not knowing much about others, but they will be constantly posting their stuff, right? There are others who might be not active on their page but on others page, always reading articles, reading up updates by others. Correct, pop-ups in others timeline, correct. Yeah, and that's right, Sonali. And then there are people who don't do much of a social interaction on Facebook, but they, like the videos I was sharing with you, they just go around watching videos and stuff like that, consume content, don't interact much. And of course there are people who use it for playing games or messengers and chatting and all that. Okay, so when I create content, if I create updates related to news, interesting articles and other things about yoga, I'm going to stick with the yoga example. Do you think I can reach all these types of people? My reach will be limited to maybe this category of people who might be interested in such articles. Now and then maybe it will help me if I post some yoga pictures, some maybe in some scenic location from the retreats, all these things. There might be a group of people who might be attracted to that, who might be interested in those things. Or if I make some videos and post, there are people who might be who are interested in videos and all, they might be more keen on that. I can reach out to that group, right? So users only engage with those content which add value to their lives. Now, for some people, adding value will be seeing some nice pictures. For others, it might be watching some entertaining videos. For someone else, it might be reading a good article that is informative. It differs. So as a marketer, I need to diversify my content to reach out to these different kinds of users who find value in different things. Is it clear? Any doubt here? So it can be content that makes them think, maybe some fun stuff, educative, something that emotionally connect with them. All this is a value. So the key approach to content marketing on Facebook is, first of all, no, on social media is first of all to be social. It's not a platform where uh, the platform is there to, last slide. Yeah, is that fine, Avi? Can I move on? Okay. So the key approach to content marketing on Facebook, social media, first of all, be social. It's not a marketing platform, though we are learning how to market on it. It is a social platform. So be interactive and social, and think like a user, not like a marketer. So only when you think like a user, you will be looking at whether the content that you create will be adding value to the user. If I think only like a marketer, what will I do? I'll always look at what is the opportunity for me to promote my content. And sometimes it may not um, go well with the audience. And when I think like a user, I will focus on what can add value to my users. Okay, so focus on adding value. Marketing will happen on its own if you do that. So before posting anything on your Facebook brand page, a good question to ask yourself will be, if I myself was the target customer for my own brand, will I find this content useful, fun, or valuable enough so that I will be prompted to share it with my contacts on Facebook? If you think your answer is yes, it is share worthy, then that content deserves to be published. Otherwise, it's an average content which you can maybe not post on your page. Is this clear? Any doubts? So what are you learning? Key learning here is, for any social media platform, first understand why the audience is present here, and then post content which strikes a chord with them. This slide, Arpit. This or the previous slide. Both are same actually. Or the question. So the question is, so Arpit, let's say you have a business, okay, and you have a page promoting your business on Facebook. Fine. So think of a business. What kind of business do you have? Give me an example. Finance. Okay. So what kind of finance? Let's say you are having a business, a finance related business about giving personal loans. Let's say, okay, you have a Facebook business page. Now, what kind of content that you can create? You can create content related to maybe some posters, some links about why the guidelines to availing a personal loan, or if you're having some offers on giving loans, something like that. People have this loan mail and all that stuff. So if you have some kind of event happening, you can promote that, post content about it, right? So here what we are saying is, before you go ahead and do any of this content, first ask yourself, if you are somebody who is in need of a loan, or who might be considering taking up a loan, whether the content that you're going to post on that page, will you find it useful, interesting enough to read up or share with others? Is it clear? Are you clear? Yes, no? So if you yourself don't find it interesting, don't post. That's what we are saying. Only if you feel that, if I was a person who wanted a loan and I feel that, okay, this poster or this event might interest me, then go ahead and post it. Quite simple. Is that clear? Can I see a yes if it is clear, or a no if it's not clear? No, I was asking Arpit. Yeah, okay, good. Sumit, what if we think it is important but others might not take it positively? Then you learn. Then you learn. So, I mean, it can happen, right? Sometimes I might think that, okay, I created this post, it looks great, but then I share it with a friend and he may ask, hey, what have you created? Yeah. So that is a learning that we will have very organically. But at a very fundamental level, I need to know whether what I'm creating, is it having content that is informative and useful for my prospective client. That's the basic understanding that anybody will have. Which gets more impressions, text, image, video, or URL in an? Good question. Engagement wise, video seems to have maximum potential for engagement. Okay, followed by image, text, and a URL. Text as in any updates you're giving, kind of a thing. So if you have a video for your business, it's always recommended you upload the video on Facebook directly, then you upload it on YouTube and then share the URL over here. Okay, I hope that answers the question. Anything else? So understand why the audience is present on a platform and post content which can connect to them, strikes a chord with them. Okay, and most importantly, people are not looking at marketed content, they are looking at stories. So see if you can be a good storyteller. Whatever is the event or the product or service that you are trying to promote, create some story around it and see if users can engage with it. We'll look at some case studies now so that it is clear. So focusing on creating useful and share worthy content, which people, once they see, they feel like they want to share. So when we talk of share worthy content, why do people share on social media? Why do you share something on social media? Let me hear. When you see something on your timeline, typically what kind of content do you share individually? Each one will have their own reason. So let's see. Something that you can connect. Okay. How about others? When we share an emotion with it, very good. Feel connected to entertainment stuff, very good, correct. Something that is informative, funny, witty, yeah, that's all good reasons. Motivational, very popular on social media, motivational stuff. You can have an opinion on something. I didn't get that. Revenue. What is revenue here, Yogesh? I didn't understand. Engagement, which you can engage with. Okay. Some humor. Funny, informative. Good. You are covering almost all the slides that are going to come up. Pictures, informative. Good. That's right. People have always shared content. Okay. Starting from the caves to the Facebook wall. Okay. Sonali, for example, if I'm on a research, then social media is the best way to have opinion. Oh, okay, that way. Got it. Very drastic change in the way content is shared over the years. Uh, so why do people share? People share because they want to share valuable and entertaining content with others. So when the study was conducted by New York Times Customer Insight Group, so in that 49% people said sharing allows them to inform others of a content they find entertaining or products they care about. So that dance video, for example, you see it, you laugh, you share, or you find it so interesting. You want your friends also to laugh, find it interesting, and you want you to be the person who shares interesting content. So you say share it. Okay. Then it is also how you define yourself to others. So 68% people said it they share so that they give other people a better sense of who they are and what they care about. You see a lot of social media activists sometimes posting a lot of political stuff, taking a stand on a lot of social issues, this, that, change.org petitions, right? All these are quite common these days. So it also sharing is also a way in which a person defines who they are in relation to others. You are positioning yourself in a particular manner. Okay. Mm, some people whom I know, they purely use Facebook for writing some witty remarks. I know of a very famous, popular psychotherapist in Hyderabad. She always shares some good insights about relationships and psychology and her practices and all these things. So different people use it for different manner. Some people use it for trolling. That's also there. So yeah. Then others say they also Sonal Kalra. Is that a troll, Sonali? I am not aware. Okay, some others say they use or they share information so that they can be connected to people who with whom they may not otherwise be connected or stay in touch with. So sometimes you share content for that purpose, and sometimes just because you feel very connected to something, you share. Okay, not because um, of any other reason. You feel more involved with the world, so self fulfillment for just your own personal satisfaction. To get the word about causes that I already told you. Now, why are we looking at why people share content? The study, because one of the fundamental reasons in the last slide that we saw was creating share-worthy content, and we are looking at what are the typical reasons why people share content. Oh, okay. You want to go last slide? So, as a marketer, if I can create content that connect to any of these reasons, there is a greater chance that it gets shared. Is that clear? So, for example, if I do a lot of yoga retreats, so let's say I want to create content which can connect to people who share because they are passionate about certain causes. So if I write about how going on retreats and how going on treks need to be more sustainable, and you should avoid using plastics when you go on such things, how you need to be more mindful about your environment and be more compassionate towards the animals and trees on your way. It can connect with people in my people who like my page or who are in my friend list, who might be passionate about environment or wildlife or sustainable living and things like that, right? And they might, if I'm writing something that has enough data, information, some personal experience and all, they might even consider sharing it. Do you agree? So understanding why people share can help me fine tune my content in a way that it aligns with the reason why other people share. Okay, so key ingredients to content that works: it can be inspiring, some of you already mentioned motivational stuff, content that is informative or educative, like the one I told you down, something that is entertaining, like the video I showed you, something that can trigger emotions, where people connect emotionally. A lot of nice ads come up these days, right, on TV, YouTube and all, very emotional content. The ad is perfect till the time in the last few seconds the product is placed. Till then it connects very deeply and you are like sometimes very teary eyed or very inspired and everything, and suddenly you see a Fevicol or some other product come up there. Yeah, so that is also something that connects deeply with people. So storytelling is the key, not direct on the face kind of marketing. So great marketing always has a great storytelling in its heart. So it's about telling something about something without appearing to sell it to the other person. Measuring the content effectiveness. So we were looking at what makes a great content, what makes a great share worthy content, how it can be approached in different manners, through inspiring motivational stuff, through informative stuff, all these things. Now we are looking at how to measure this effectiveness. What is the measurement of a whether a content is effective or not? Some of you are handling social accounts, right? You post something, you create content for the pages. How do you measure whether it's effective or not? What indicates it's effective? Engagements, likes, comments, insights, views. Okay, anything else? Okay, so the actually which metric determine the effectiveness also depends upon what is your advertising objective. If my advertising objective is purely to spread the word, reach maximum number of people, improve brand awareness, what metric will indicate whether I am effective or not? We already saw some basic terminologies, if you recall. Anyone? If my objective is brand awareness, which metric will help me understand whether I have effective in my campaign? Reach. Very good, Soumya. Okay, if it's a video, of course views, but otherwise if it's a normal post, reach. Okay, so if the objective is brand awareness and engagement, once, so reach is the basic fundamental thing. Apart from that, once the content reaches a person, if they share it, that is even more effective, right? Number of comments by the people who are reached, video views if it's a video, like what Sumit said, number of likes, People who clicked on it, if you shared a link or something, after it was reached, when a person viewed it, did they click on it? So all these likes, clicks, comments, shares are all part of the engagement. Okay, brand engagement. Brand awareness, it's the reach. Cost per engagement, if my cost per engagement is very low, it means it is more effective. If after my post my fan following increased, or the follower count for the my page increased, that is also an indicator, right? So cost per engagement here, it's not applicable for organic reach, Sumit. This is in the case if you are promoting through paid means. If I'm running a campaign to promote a post, and as a result of the paid campaign, I'm getting some likes, I'm getting some shares, getting some comments. Those are all paid engagement. So how much did I spend divided by how much engagement did I generate? Cost per engagement. Okay. So per like or per comment, how much did I effectively spend? If that is low, it means it's more effective. If my objective is to generate traffic to my website, meaning once somebody sees the post or content, they click on it, navigate to your website, that is traffic to your website. Or leads, if somebody clicks on your content, they are taken to a sign up or form, something like that, where they express their interest by filling up the form, showing that they are interested in it or something like that, or eventually to sales. If any of these are your objectives, clicks on your link, the quality of traffic, meaning once a person clicks on your link, how much time did they spend on your page? If they went back immediately, your bounce rate will be high. So if they spend considerable time on your page, it's a good quality traffic. How many people signed up, expressed interest, or purchased something after clicking on the link? All these will be the metrics that you will keep a tab on if your objective of content creation is traffic, leads, or sales. Is this clear? Any doubt on this slide? Okay. Now let us look at some examples. Bounce rate, Soumya, means sometimes you click on a link, you land on a page, web page, and you immediately go back because you are not interested in it. Have you done that? That will be counted as a bounce. So what is a bounce? You bounce a ball, it touches and goes back immediately. You don't spend much time there, which is not good or useful for the marketer or the advertiser, because the person just came and went off. So if you have a high bounce rate on your page, it means you need to improve your page so that people spend more time on your page. So we can also measure the bounce rate. Yes, we can. So for that we use softwares like the programs like Google Analytics and all these things. There are many third-party softwares you can have which can measure how much time people are spending on an average on your each page of your website. Yeah, engaging content. These are some case studies from some brands. Fun and relatable content. Can you see what is there on the screen? Can you read? This is a ad by Zomato. Things vegetarians are tired of hearing. So those of you who are not able to see, there are comments like, you don't know what you're missing, but the animal is already dead. What would you do if you're stranded on an island? Take the gravy at least, not the piece. Where will you get your proteins from? So these are all common comments which vegetarians might be hearing or tired of hearing. So this was one ad or a content that was posted by Zomato on their official page. Can you see how many times it was liked? How many shares happened? About 40,000. close to 40,000 likes, more than 34,000 shares. Okay, and you can see so many comments over here where people say, yeah, this has been, people have been criticizing me my whole life for being a Bengali vegetarian, all these things. So basically people could connect to it. It was also fun in good humor, right? Anybody has come across this particular content by Zomato before? You have, all right. So this is something, are you aware of this brand called Happily Unmarried? Okay, so this is a, so Happily Unmarried is a brand which is quite popular among, as the name suggests, unmarried bachelors. They have a lot of fun products, items. So this is a campaign by them, playing on that movie, and let me show it on Facebook. You can, okay. So what are the so this is a play on the dialogues in that movie. Okay, can you see? Okay, so this is a, okay. So it's basically one campaign they made based on these different dialogues. Okay, humor, fun and humor, relatable stuff. Okay, so that is one way of doing it. So it's not that they're showcasing any of their product, but that just the kind of energy that brand exhibit, they're showcasing through the content that they're promoting. Okay, this is another similar one. Might like it. That is something they need to check with the legal team. I'm not very aware of it. Maybe they have taken permission. We don't know. So this is again another series about wedding. Okay, so that is another campaign by the same brand. The other way of doing creating content that can connect with people or creating share worthy content is to leverage on trending topics, something that is very current. Can you think of any brand which does it very effectively? Amul, Zomato, Domino's. Hmm. Yeah, Amul. These days others also, but the classic example is that of Amul, right? You used to have these huge hoardings everywhere where they used to have a take on something current. That's right. Nestle also does at times. Mutual funds. Okay. You can also create content wishing users. Happens all the time, right? But do you think it's a good strategy? What's your take? Let's say it's a Diwali or a Christmas. Okay. It's a good thing. People like seeing being wished. So you have the standard wishes which comes up during Independence Day, Republic Day. Then you can have wishing users in a very generic manner. So this is something Urban Tree had for Women's Day, targeting in general women. Okay. So it need not always be events. It can be something like this, or something like this. It's by Tata Docomo. When you have an extra day in the year and it's a Monday, like that. So clothing, manure, yeah, very generic, right? Then you can have content which are informative and share worthy. Has anyone seen this particular video by Exigo, Unusual Beaches? No? Is it play? Okay. Okay, I'll just show you. There's a time lag if I play, so you can play it at your end. Just let me know once you finish watching. Content that has humor, engagement, informative altogether, much more effective. Yes, that is true. So those of you who have finished watching, can you tell me what about that video connected to you? If you look at it at the time the screenshot was taken, it had 529,000 likes, 124,000 comments, 54 million views. Information, okay. Traveling, interesting facts, anything else other than information? Makes you want to really go out and be there. Okay. Akshat, the classes on all Sundays are from 10 to 1:30. So we have another half an hour to go. Yeah. So as you can see, different people connected to different things, right? For some, it's about understanding or coming to know about completely unknown beaches in different parts of the different countries around the world. For some, it's the visual impact. For some, it's the um, music that I have heard in some of the classes. Some people like the background score. Um, so it's a combination of different things in that case. Okay. Then other thing to also keep notice, when you find that a certain type of content has gained you some good engagement, try to replicate that kind of content again. For example, the same brand, they came up with a series called World's Most Unusual Hotels. Okay. And that got, see how many, 42,000 likes, around 183,000 shares. Then they came up with World's Coolest Taxis. Okay. So when you find success in one type of content, see if you can replicate it with different themes. You can have content which is educative. So this is something, an organization hack, how to fold your uh, t-shirt. Some video, short video, about only about 1 minute, over 1 minute, but it got shared, see how many times, 124,000 times, about 3.1 million views. Okay. So tremendous. It was actually the most shared video in 2017 on Facebook, apparently. Okay, so it's a very simple organization hack, how to declutter, fold your t-shirt. Okay, that's all that it is. But it got so much of a share worthiness to it. You can also have useful tips for your target audience. This is a video by the page called Baby Destination. Or you want the link to the other video? Okay. I'm not playing all the videos. You can just maybe bookmark and watch it later, because we don't have time for playing all the videos right away. So you can look up the link. Okay. So this is a video by Baby Destination page, where they are saying, is your baby taking too long to sleep? Tips to put your child to bed in a few minutes. So a lot of people found it very effective. Maybe this is something that we can play. You can play this one at your end.
Time seems short for heaven.
Just about 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, this video. Done? Everyone? Okay, so there are a few more examples like this. Like in this case, again, there's a campaign by Exigo on how to speak Hyderabadi in a minute. I don't know how many of you have seen this. Anybody?
How? Nakko. Potti. Potta. 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 Tereku. Mereku. Mama. Mama. Kaiku. 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 जरा हल्लू चलो हल्लू हल्लू लाइट ले क्या होना काली पीली अब भी चाहता चिल्लर चिल्लर हौला क्या मैं हौला दिख रू रे तेरे को क्या तो भी है ये क्या मामू क्या बात करते तुम किधर जा रहे रे
Okay, so that was okay. If anybody wants the link, here's the link. So that is something that they made with a lot of success. Now, Sumit, I just shared a link in case you didn't get it. I'm resharing it. So on how Exico made a video on how to speak up Hyderabadi in 1 minute. So once that found success, they selected created one for Malayalam, then one for Bengali. Okay, we are not playing everything because there's no time, but you can look it up on Facebook on their page if you want. Yeah, so basically that's an informative content, but also with a touch of humor. Then we did for Punjabi and then for Tamil also, apparently. Okay. Then another way of sharing information creatively is also this particular video by Axis Bank using some police officers on why it's important you don't share your bank details with anybody. You keep getting these SMSs now and then, right? Never share your debit card pin and other things. So they did that very creatively in this case. So if you want the link, I'll share the link. You can just watch it later.
पहली बार
Okay, anybody else having issue with hearing me? Arpit is saying he's not getting my voice. Arpit, can you hear me? Okay, fine. So yeah, so those are the things, information sharing, how that can be done creatively. Then you have content that connects emotionally to a user. So this is a video by Practor, which they had created during Mother's Day, where basically maybe some of you may have seen this. So it's a very emotionally touching video where they say the mother is the first doctor, kind of a thing. Okay, that's a message. So it was created for Mother's Day. So Sumi, it's copyright issues you have to first sort out with your legal team, as I told you earlier. Copyright is basically when you use someone else's content, right? Which is not something you should ideally do. I think you were referring to that cinema dialogue thing, right? So I don't know how they worked it out. Maybe they may have touch based with the movie teams. We don't know. Okay. Also, there is something related to most of them were pretty old movies. So there is also some. I think the law allows you to use certain content after a certain number of years. So I'm not very sure about it. But as a ground rule, of course, you cannot use copyrighted content or trademark content unless you get a exception from the person who holds the right. Okay. That's right, Deepa. So this particular content was something that connected emotionally to people by promoting the role of a mother. Then this was another ad campaign by Wix, okay, which is basically about providing care for the families. So it is for a cause, providing care in the family, and they created the campaign. Mirinda, some campaign during exam time about letting students not carry so much of pressure during exam time. Okay, these kind of ads keep happening, right? It might be okay. I'll share the link. You want to see this?
Dear Amma and Appa, you know I am very shy and it has taken a lot of courage to write this letter, so please listen to me.
Exams in here, and I'm scared. But not from the exam pressure, but from the pressure from you.
I know I did not do well last time, but believe me, I'm working really hard this time.
You only talk about competition and marks. I feel like I don't have a life anymore.
I have a limited capacity, you know. I can't study continuously for 10 hours in one go.
Sometimes मैं आप दोनों से इतना डर जाती हूँ that I find myself in tears. I feel very suffocated, and I just want to get away from it all.
I don't understand why you don't let me meet my friends. I feel trapped.
And from my classes, and then from you. And I'm thankful.
So I'm not playing full because we are running short of time. You have the link, you can watch it later. So basically these are campaigns created by the brands around a certain cause, in this case the exam pressure. So what is the key learning from all these case studies? Create content which can either get your users to share it or have them tag their friends or at least comment on it. That's how you can create brand engagement. Is this clear? Did you find the examples useful? Okay. So another thing you need to avoid, while it is good to focus on brand engagement, try to avoid, or not try, avoid engagement bait. What is engagement bait? It is urging users to share ordinary content, which is nothing exceptional to it, just because they could win something. Have you seen these kind of content? If you share this, you stand a chance to win a lottery, something like that. Freebies and all these things. That's a very poor way of marketing something. Okay, so try not to do that kind of engagement bait. In fact, Facebook in 2017 December shared a post saying that if you engage in engagement bait, then it can help. The algorithm will be is now tuned to yeah, that kind of follow back and all that stuff. If you do that, the algorithm will start demoting such posts and pages. Okay, so and it's an example of engagement bait. Share with 10 friends for a chance to win a new convertible. Okay, got it? Now, 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah, so now we'll look at a couple of tools that you can use for content creation on Facebook. So how many of you have heard of any of these tools? Canva, Snappa, Adobe Spark, Stencil, Trello, Bifunky. Canva, yeah, Canva is quite popular these days. Adobe Spark is also good. So we are not going to see all the tools. These are just listed here. So you can explore it on your own later. We'll be looking at Canva today. Ocha, you do, okay, you doodle with Canva. Okay. For creating videos, I think most of you might be familiar with at least the name Viva Video. Adobe Spark is also pretty good at it. Then we have Animoto, Magisto, Powtoon, all these things. The first three, what you see over here, they are freemium. What is freemium? Freemium means you can use it for free, but if you want certain additional features, you have to subscribe to the paid version. Okay, the rest of it are paid tools. So maybe you can try out Viva or Adobe Spark without paying anything. Okay. So Canva, let us look at Canva tool. Anybody here who has used Canva? I think few of you have, right? Amulya, Rahul, Deepa, Sumit. This slide? Yeah, a lot of people post videos with Viva Video on Insta and on all these things, right? Facebook. Can I move on, Akshat? Yep. So go to canva.com, guys. Canva.com. So if you go to canva.com, so this is my dashboard. So what you're seeing over here is basically the different posters I've created over time. So how do you create a design on Canva? Once you're here, you have an option to create a design. Okay, so I can either click there or I can select from here. Let's say I want to create a poster for social media, Facebook post. Okay, I click on Facebook post. It will open a new tab. Okay, so quickly guys, tell me what poster do you want to create today? Some event, something, some idea, can you give me? Father's Day. Okay, okay, we can do Father's Day. So if you look at the left navigation bar over here, there is something called layouts where you have some templates. Yeah, you have to log in with a user ID first. You can just watch the screen for now, Arpit. So in templates, if I have my own designs, I can select that. Otherwise, Canva layouts mean these are standard templates. So if I click one, it will give me a template. I can make edits to it. Okay. So something that you find relevant, maybe you can. I can also search here. So I'm writing Father's Day. You see this? So now when you do this, you see that certain images are shown as free, certain are shown as paid. So this one, if I want to use, it will cost me $1. So if I want, I can select a free image. You see this? Now there is a background here. So if I want, I can you can also upload. That's right, Sonali. So I'm just showing the simplest form here. If I find a relevant, appropriate template over here, I can use it. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing I can do is, okay, let me just try to, okay, so I can make an edit here. Otherwise, if I want to add a text or I want to add an element, so if you look at this, this is just a single image, right? If I want to start right from the scratch, I can use grids, I can use frames, or I can draw lines. All these things can be done. You see this? So I can just create block by block using the elements that are over here. Okay, That is one way. I can have shapes, I can have illustrations. If I find some illustrations to be relevant here, I can do that, add that. I can change backgrounds. Okay, so if I put let's say you see this, I can change the backgrounds if I want. So that is useful when you are creating something highly customized. With you first select a background, you select the elements, you write a text, all these things. Okay, or you can upload. If you have an image already in your laptop, you can upload that image. So once you have a background or some elements, you can upload the image and put it out there. Is that clear? Photoshop is better for these things. Yeah, but or may not have the technical skill to use a Photoshop in the most effective manner, right, Suman? So I find Canva to be very simple and easy to use. I've done a lot of posters using this. It's pretty simple, and I don't have the patience to sit with Photoshop. But if you're somebody who is keen and you already know Photoshop, of course, that is much better. Okay. So this is, yeah, that's it. You have created a poster for some Father's Day. Now I can make this public. I can download it. I can download it as a PNG. I can download it as a PDF, or even as a animated movie. That is, if you have a paid version of this product. So basically, if I put it as, you can have GIF images. Yeah, you can create GIF with this if you have a paid platform. Okay. So in GIF, what will happen is, if I have, let's say, 2-3 texts like this, it will first show the image, then it will show the video. I mean, not video, the text. So it will create a GIF out of all the elements that you have created. Okay, that's right, Deepa. Otherwise, there is another option also. So is this clear, guys? The Canva tool, pretty simple. Either you select a template layout, or you start from the scratch by putting background elements and text, and or you can upload straight. Just very simple. And as you saw on the first screen, you can select, this is a design I chose for Facebook post. Similar, you can create for presentation, for an event posture, for Instagram. The dimensions are all preset, so you don't have to bother about that. Okay. So that is the Canva tool demo. Sorry. So if you want to create a GIF image, you can use that paid version. Or there are certain other tools which you can at times use, third-party tools, where you have 2-3 images you put together, it will create a GIF image. That's also possible. I think it is called Jiffy or something. Jiffy.com. Have you tried Jiffy.com, anyone? So this is Jiffy.com. So once you create some poster, something on Canva, this is a free tool. You can upload and create a GIF image here. It's pretty simple. We can try it out. We are now short of time. If anybody has any doubt, we can look it up later. Otherwise, you can just, it's not part of your assignment or anything, but if you are interested, you can create something on Canva and upload it over here and see if you can create a GIF. Okay. Okay, guys. Is this clear? Okay. So on that note, we are ending today's class. Please share your feedback for today's class. This is the feedback URL. And as you complete the feedback, let me take you through the tasks you have for this week. So for week 1, this is your inbound marketing feedback form. Is it inbound marketing feedback form? No, it's a general feedback form. Oh, they have put inbound marketing. Ignore that. That's a typo. Okay. Yeah. So you can share the feedback there. So as far as today's assignment for this week is concerned, you have some content here, introduction. That's what we did. You have a quiz you need to take. Maybe you can do it by the end. You didn't get the link, Yogesh? This is the link to the feedback form. Okay. Then what you need to do is you need to create a Facebook page for your business. Okay. Add a cover image, profile picture to your business page, and add all the relevant sections. So just to quickly show you, where do you, if you already have, you can upload it directly on the Facebook, not Facebook, on the LMS. In LMS, you have a space where you need to upload it. You can show it to them. Okay. Those of you who don't have, you see this small right arrow button. You have a section called create a page. Click on create a page. It will ask you whether you are a business or a brand or a community or a public figure. Okay, depending upon if you are selecting business or brand, it will ask you to name your page, add a category. Same here if you're community. So basically you need to go for the first one, and you can click continue. And once you, all the steps are there in the LMS. Once you do that, you need to add a cover image, add a profile picture for your page, add all the relevant sections like about, services. I told you different sections are there, right? And if you go to the settings of the page, you can also add collaborators, any friends or somebody to manage the page. These many things you need to do. Those of you who already have the page, if you have not done any of these parts, do it. What is LMS? Are you guys not having access to the learning management system of Digital Vidya? The page I'm seeing right now, this section, digitalvidya.com/learn. If you don't have access to this, you need to contact your course coordinator to give you access. This is where you have all your weekly assignments and quiz. You need to complete it and mark it as complete. Okay. All your, the whatever session we have taken now, the recording will be uploaded in LMS so that you can watch it again. The presentation will also be available for you in LMS. You have done this in your build your blog assignment. Will that count? You have to resubmit, because the team which is reviewing assignment for this module may not be the same as the one who reviewed your assignment for blog. Or just start a new page. That's all. Okay. Anything else? Have you guys, everybody taken the feedback form? Okay. So if you have taken the feedback form, okay, there are about 20 people. Only around 8 students have taken the feedback form. Can others also please take it? I will have to upload here on chat. Upload what, Deepa? Not on LMS, not, yeah, on LMS you need to. So I will not be reviewing your assignments. There is another team, training assisting team, who will be reviewing your assignments, and they'll be sharing feedbacks for you. is it compulsory to create a page for business purpose only? So your options are between a public figure and the business. You can do either one. Create for either one. That's fine. What is your idea, Divya? Do you have any other thoughts on what kind of page? Yeah, so it need not be. So guys, when I said business, you can create a business or a brand page for even a blog for that matter, right? I can have a very good blog which I can treat as a brand in itself. Like I have an experience of, no, what is it? Like I have an, you can have community also, that is fine. Okay, so guys, one more suggestion, request from my side. So when you're giving feedback, if there is anything you feel there is need for improvement or which you're not satisfied, there is a comment section. Please specify what you want improvement on. Okay, only then I will know. So if you have a specific point where you think it can be improved, please mention it. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what you're referring to. Yes, Akshat. So you can use that. You can use the blog for travel. That's fine. Suman, can I ask you what you wish to improve upon regarding the class? Gabriel, you also. If you can specify, it will help me understand. Backend technical issue. Okay. How about you, Suman? So GoToMeeting platform generally doesn't have an issue. Just that today that maximum capacity issue came up. That's all. Okay, you feel the interaction was not much. I will try to improve it next time. Okay. You can leave out with. If you have given your feedback, you don't have any questions, you can feel free to log out. That is fine. So I will see you guys next week, next Sunday at 10 o'clock. Okay. All right. Have a nice weekend, guys. From 12 to 12:30, I were unable to hear me. Okay. So I guess everyone else was able to hear me. So in which case the issue was maybe at your level, a local issue. So that is why the support team can help you if the issue is something at our end. GoToMeeting or the Digital Vidya side. So since others were able to hear, Sumit, maybe it was a issue at your end. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sonali. Okay, guys, you can log out. I'll see you guys next week. Please make sure assignments are done. Thanks, Divya. Bye bye. Thank you, Deepa.